Hello, everybody. My name is Amy Jenkins, and I work at the Upper Marlboro branch of the Prince George's County Memorial Library System. And this is...
Good evening. My name is Angela Irvin, and I work at the Oxon Hill branch for Prince George's County Memorial Library System.
And today we're Amy and Angie, the dynamic duo, and we are talking about health and wellness. Well, Angie, we know that there's lots of different kinds of emotions, right? So, people can be happy, people could be sad, people could be angry, people can be blah, people can be a lot of and have all sorts of different types of emotions, and that's okay because that's what we experience as people. But we know that there's a lot of stress in the world, and stress for kids, for teens, for adults alike. And we know that stress can be a good kind of stress, like, yay, I'm going on vacation, I can't wait to get there, and I can't wait for all the wonderful fun things to do. And that could be a positive stress. But there's also the opposite stress, which can weigh us down, and it makes us feel anxious. Is there anything that makes you anxious, Angie?
Yes. Let me list the ways. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
I think the tricky thing about stress is that it never seems to really fully alleviate. Like, it kind of goes a little dormant. It lets you be for a little bit, but then something agitates it and it just blows up a little bit more. I think for me, it's the unexpected stress. And as an example, one of those might be a bursted pipe in your house, or you accidentally happen to stumble across mold in your house. And it's those things that you can't really anticipate, you can't really plan. And if that happens on top of your everyday stress, that can really just pile onto you. And for me, I feel it physically, and then I feel it mentally. And it comes to a point where I am one of those where I tend to shut down a little bit, so that maybe in attempts to process it a little bit better, if that makes sense. If maybe I can just close off a little bit, maybe I can process it. And that's sort of my coping mechanism, is I need to sort of take down some of the sensory items that are going on so that I can process it one little bit at a time.
I feel a lot of stress, sometimes a lot of tension in my neck.
Right through here.
My neck and shoulders here tend to get like really, really tight. So I know I definitely experience that. And sometimes when I am stressed, sometimes I used to get stressed before I would take a test. I would be very anxious before I take a test and wonder how I was going to do. And often I didn't sleep well the night before because I was so worried about how I was going to do on my test. So that's like what they call test anxiety. So that's one of the things. And sometimes when I get stressed, I get like a headache across here or a headache here. And so those are some of the side effects that I feel with stress. And I find a good way sometimes that I deal with a little bit of stress is to exercise a little bit, however possible. Another thing I like to do is sometimes I like to listen to classical music, something soothing and calming, or take a walk outside to escape, or draw. So those are some of the things that I like to do. But what Angie and I are going to talk about today is how to make your own glitter jar. I found this idea of a glitter jar in a kid's book I was reading, and apparently it's done all over the place. A lot of preschool classrooms have this. And the great thing about this glitter jar is there's so many different ways to make it unique. So there are some supplies. Now the concept behind a glitter jar is that a person is watching the glitter fall from the top all the way to the bottom. It's kind of distracting your mind or focusing your mind on something else other than your anxieties. And this is a tool that can be used for all ages. And there's different ways than what Angie and I are going to use that you could do to create your own jars to make it special yourself. And there's other ways you can go online and find other resources and ideas to do this. So we have some similar ways that we're going to complete our glitter jars today, but we also have some different ways. So I think we can both agree, Angie, that one of the first things we need is a jar. So now I was telling Angie beforehand, a taller jar could be good in the sense to watch the glitter fall from the top to a bottom. I first tried a small jar like this, and it didn't take long for the glitter to fall, and it was making me stressed watching the glitter fall so shortly on here that I learned a bigger jar is going to be better. Okay, so we've got bottle, check. Next ingredient, I have glitter glue. Oh, she's got blue. I've got purple. They even got neon colors now, Angie. I don't know if you knew that. I saw that they had neon glue, which I think would be another interesting thing. Maybe you guys at home could try with the neon glue, but this is washable, Elmer's washable glue. And so purple, and then she's got blue. And then what else do we need? Glitter. Oh, see, she showed you. I have some of those at home and in my other room, but I didn't bring all of those. So I've got all these fun shades of purple that I'm going to add. Now I do have a question for you, Angie, with yours. I was reading, now the glitter glue has glitter that's already inside, which is a good base, but I have some extra fine glitter, and I have, well, some extra sparkly glitter, and also I heard one of the good things is to put extra chunky glitter. And this extra chunky glitter, I don't know if you can see, but it's got stars in it. So I thought that would be adding something fun into my glitter to watch it fall. So we're going to have to see. So we have that in common. Now, Angie, I have a big rod to stir mine, just like a wooden thing for mine, but I have that because our next coming ingredient is water. Now, Angie's going to be using bottled room temperature water. You can get it out of a sink if you have a sink, or your fridge has water or a bottle of water. Now I am going to show you another method. Now I have to caution you, boys and girls who are very young, I am using very hot water. So if I were you and you were going to use hot water, I would ask an adult to help you with this portion of it so that you are safe doing this project. So I have a kettle of hot water. So that is the only difference between what Miss Angie is doing and what I, Miss Amy, are doing. It's exactly the same, but you have to be careful when you're handling hot water, okay? I want you to stay safe and I want you to have fun. So are you ready, Angie?
I'm ready.
All right. Well, open the bottle. Now, if you didn't have a bottle at home, maybe if you had like a big pickle jar. Now, if you're using regular tap water, I think a plastic jar could work for you. If you're using room temperature water, but for hot water, it's easier to put it into like a glass jar. So you don't always have to buy a new jar. It could be something that you already have. So my first step, Angie, is that I am going to fill my jar with a bunch of hot water. Oh my goodness. I got a big jar. I don't know if I have enough hot water. Do I have enough hot water in my kettle to do this? Oh my goodness, it's going, it's going. Oh my, do I have it? I don't know, Angie, if I can do it. Ah, I had just enough. Yay! Okay, so let's see, you can see, look down, you can see my jar. Now, what I'm doing is I'm opening the top of my glue, and I'm pouring the entire, Miss Angie, my jar gets the entire bottle of glue. So you ready to have some fun?
I'm ready.
Right. We squeeze the entire thing into our bottle.
And see, this can be stress relieving as well.
Oh, squishing glue. And I want to see if boys and girls can actually see. I'm going to tilt my camera down. See how I'm squishing it? Look at that go. And if you have slime ingredients at home, this is another way that you can use your slime ingredients. Oh dear. Houston, we have a problem. Okay, well, I'm having a little technical difficulty. Oh, you know what I did, boys and girls? I didn't leave enough space at the top of my jar. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to work with what I got. And I am going to go ahead and stir what I have. Go from here. Yeah, so I'm going to stir, Angie, while you're going ahead and doing yours.
Okay.
And I am mixing and mixing and mixing and mixing because my glue has to melt.
Now, I will say that I did not bring a stir, and that's more so I was kind of going for I wanted to see how the glue and the glitter and the water would mesh together in sort of a natural way. This is truly an experiment, so I just wanted to see.
Boys and girls, sometimes when you do experiments, they fail. And it's not really a fail. I say it would be more of a learning experience. So I'm having a little bit of learning experience here because I filled my bottle too high. So when I put the glue in, it's overflowing by my computer, which is not good if you know water and computers don't mix. So, what we are going to do is I'm just going to, I think, Angie, just set this one aside for a moment. And what I'm going to do is we are going to add some glitter.
Okay.
Let's add some glitter once you got your glue in there. So I'm going to add some glitter. Okay.
So I have a blue glue and I'm adding some orange glitter. It makes me think of the ocean.
cool.
Like, it makes me think of the ocean and the sun. I'm a beach girl, and that's one of the biggest things that helps me relax is just the listening to the ocean and the waves, and this reminds me of that.
Angie, you know when I was saying that sometimes we have problems with our experiments, I am going to let you take over for just a minute.
Okay.
Because, boys and girls, I have to empty a little bit of water out before I can add some more stuff in. So if you will give me just a minute, I will be right back.
All right. So everyone, I've added some orange glitter to my jar. The key with stress is to try and find the littlest things that can try and help alleviate it just a little bit. Is it talking to a friend? Is it maybe taking a break? Like Miss Amy said, taking a walk if you can. I know we're hitting the winter season, so it's a little bit difficult to go walking when it's a little bit chilly. But for me, like I said, the ocean, that's what calms me. So I have blue as the water, and I have orange as the sun. So we shall see how that all comes together. I don't think I added enough glitter. Is there ever too much glitter? I don't think so.
Well, thank you so much for that, boys and girls. Now, I couldn't add all my glue because the water was flowing. So I'm going to add the rest of mine now. What a great concept, Angie, of having colors that remind you of something relaxing. I just love purple. I think purple's a fun color. I love blue and I love pink. And like Miss Angie, I have about, I don't know, 30 bottles of glitter all over the place. So when they say with this emptying your glue, they mean like the entire thing, like you let gravity fall.
Mm-hmm.
And you squeeze that little, see, it's dropping in there. Yes. Oh my goodness, I gotta get more of it out. Don't want to waste any of it. Okay. And one more squirt. Yeah, okay. Well, there we go, perfect. Now, I'm sorry, I have to get my stirring action on. Yeah, this is good wrist exercise of stirring, stirring, and stirring, because with the hot one, you gotta let the glue melt.
Mm-hmm.
They want the glue to melt, and the one thing cool about the Elmer's glue is it has the natural sparkles in it. So those natural sparkles are what's going to help you create some of the sparkle. And if I look at it, it looks like almost like a purple tornado inside the jar. It's so fun. I just want to shake it right now without all the extra sparkles. Wow, that's looking really good. I wish I could hold it up to you, boys and girls, but remember, it's hot, so we're not going to grab it with our hands right now because it's hot. But I am going to add, what should I add first? I got little fine sparkles. I think, let's take the top off. Ooh, should I just do a little bit? What do you think? Oh, a little bit more? Angie, what do you think?
Yeah, I think a little bit more.
A little bit more. Oh my goodness, I have all across and I've got water and glitter. I'm going to be wearing glitter. Okay, now I've got another kind of sparkle. So, more sparkles. So, more sparkles. Oh my goodness. What? The top secret sparkles. You got to add those. Now, of course, they wrapped this like Fort Knox to try to get into this package. So, let's see, what am I going to use to open this? All right, hold on. Gotta find out where my fun scissors are to open this. All right, and if you're with a child, you need some help from an adult, please ask them for help. And Angie, of course, I think this container is smarter than me.
You know, Amy, I was thinking of this kind of reminded me of a lava lamp. I know that's kind of, that was something that I had when I was in high school and a little bit older, and I still have one to this day because it shares the similar qualities. It shares the up and down motion, the soothing motion of something floating, and I thought that that was a wonderful thing to mention as well, because really all of these projects are meant to try and distract you away from your anxieties, to help you focus on something else, to focus on something else other than your stress or what's eating at you, causing you to have some difficulties. This and lava lamps, and particularly coloring, listening to classical music, all of that is a way to try and take your mind and focus on something completely different. And that's really the goal here. Let's try and take you away from that stressful situation so that way we can get you to a calmer place. And if I can't take you to the beach physically, I'll take you to the beach with my glitter jar.
That's right. And I think with mine, with my sparkles, and my glitter has stars in it. So like if I'm thinking about it, about stress, or I'm stressed, that I look at my jar and I watch the stars floating around. I think that is just going to be so cool.
Yeah.
And I am making a huge glitter mess. You know what? I think we should have, like, Emerald has a bang. Bam.
Yes.
So, bam. I got glitter. Bam.
That is your sparkle, Miss
That's
Amy.
my
I love your sparkle.
Thank you. Thank you. I keep adding more and more, boys and girls. You see that my glitter jar, I keep adding more and more. I'm just going to do a tiny bit more of the big one. I think I'm done now. So I'm going to mix mine up. So I want you to be able to see. I know it's hard to see my jar, and I keep moving my screen so you guys can do it. Can see, but I'm mixing mine. Oh, it's so pretty, Angie, already. Oh my goodness, this is gorgeous.
Oh my gosh, Amy, look. It's like a little galaxy. A little ocean galaxy. So it's not, as you can tell, the glue isn't quite as dissolved, and that's most likely because I used the room temperature water. Miss Amy's is going to be more melted because she used the hot water, but I wanted to see what it would look like, and it's not, I mean, it's beautiful. I could stare at this all day because I just love seeing all the sparkles floating around, and the possibilities are endless. There's so many different colors that you can choose, so many different textures, and you could really make it something very personal to you. It doesn't have...
Yeah, Angie, you're right. And also to that, you can have glitter jars for different emotions. You know, if you're feeling, you know, a certain emotion, why not pull out that kind of glitter jar? So that's the great way you could identify by, you know, giving a color to a certain emotion, or creating something like Angie said to show a fun experience. And if you like, for example, Star Wars, maybe you create a Star Wars glitter jar. Now my purple glitter jar is too hot to touch right now, so you don't want to touch it because you'll burn your hands on the jar. So I want to show you because I made one before, and it's pink. So I did the same process, the bottle, except I used a bottle of pink Elmer's washable glitter glue, and I put different sparkles in it with the hot water, and I stirred it. But I want to show you what happens. So now I got to shake it a little bit. That's the fun part. Now you got to make sure your top is on right, because you don't want it to come off. Now, one thing I did read is that you could use super glue around the top if you use a bottle like this, so that it won't come off accidentally as you're shaking and having fun. So I just want to give it a couple of shakes. And then look at all of that glitter falling. Isn't that awesome to watch what's going on? I mean, I think in the bright light, if you're watching it in the bright light, it is so gorgeous just to sit and mellow out with us, Angie.
I agree.
And watching, just the fact of watching, you can choose to watch the large pieces fall. You can choose to watch the smaller pieces fall and settle. So just doing that and taking your focus and fully concentrating on just the beauty of the color of the jar, of the motion of what's in the jar, of if it is of Angie's, her favorite vacation colors, or your favorite colors to put in here. There's endless possibilities.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I said, Angie, you did a plastic bottle, correct? You have a plastic bottle?
So this is actually glass.
Oh, yours is glass. I couldn't tell from my end.
Yeah,
Oh.
so this is actually a glass bottle.
Oh, it's a glass bottle. She tricked me. But I guess, you could use a plastic bottle with tap water. That would be perfectly okay.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking about, like I said earlier, using a pickle jar, but I just got this big jar at a store. And so there's other ways that you can create these glitter jars online. These are just two methods that Angie and I used. And I look forward to using my jar every day and to watch all this beautiful glitter fall. And Angie, if I'm having a stressful moment, I will be thinking about you and our adventures together and creating this glitter jar and taking a glitter jar break. You know what? Because we deserve it. So I hope this little segment today has helped you out and is a tool that you can use to help relax and de-stress. And in the future, Angie and I are going to be coming up with other kinds of activities that you can do to help with your mental health and your stress. So thank you so much for joining us today, and we look forward to talking to you soon. Take care, everybody. Bye.
Bye.